What's up, guys? So I'm coming at you guys with another tutorial. Show you guys how to spin 100% readable and 100% unique content in under 5 minutes. And you can produce lots of it. I mean, you can use the bulk spinner and stuff like I'm going to show you how to do. Anyway, to keep things short, I've been looking for a spinner for about the past 2 years now. Haven't found anything I was satisfied with to spin out first tier content like I wanted to. For instance, I want to build a PBN with 150 sites. The content can either be expensive or really time consuming. Was really looking for a way around that so that I could make this process really quick and move on to the next project. So in the beginning, about 2 years ago, I tried WordAi. Didn't like the output. It wasn't good enough for first tier. So I continued looking for content, looking for a content spinner, and basically settled on Spinner Chief with Kontent Machine, and was using that with like GSA campaigns, but still wasn't satisfied with using it through FCS Networker and first tier content. Just a FYI, if you want to get good content, use the syndicated content in FCS Networker, and you can although it's syndicated content, once you get in the FCS network, your campaign settings, you can set it to spin there and just put it to spin. And it'll actually spin out pretty readable, decent content that way. But anyway, it's a pretty long, tedious process, and wanted to give you guys a much quicker process. So let's jump into it. So here's WordAi. Like I said, it was 2 years before I came back to this. Anyway, that's the next stage of the process, so let's go to the first stage. First stage is Kontent Machine. Kontent Machine is like your all-around spinner. It links with GSA, FCS Networker, basically links with all your major SEO tools out there. As you can see, I have these installed on a VPS. If you're going to be running SEO tools, I advise getting a VPS. If you do it right and you really work with your SEO tools and put every waking moment into learning your SEO tools, you will make money with it, enough to cover the cost of your VPS. So get that. Anyway, so here's Kontent Machine. What I use Kontent Machine for, besides linking with GSA and FCS, is the article getter. So let's just well, first of all, this is the settings. Here's your article directories. I usually uncheck the PR4s. You could do what you like, but I've noticed, like with the PR4 sites checked, you get some like content that looks like it's already spun. So I don't want that, and content that's not really readable either. It doesn't look native. So anyway, scraper settings, this is where you're going to load your private proxies. I advise at least using 3 to 5 private proxies if you're going to be doing this. Then you can match these settings. If you want to get really, really specific, you can do search and titles. Again, I don't really like the search and titles because it tends to spit out more of the kind of spun content, people that are gaming the search engines already and submitting these to these article directories. So I just do search and body, and it tends to spit out pretty good content before spinning. Anyway, then you set your your file you're going to save it to, and hit get articles for the sake of the tutorial. Hit get articles. Okay. So now the articles are done downloading. Go to the file, check the file they were downloaded to. I already knew which file was selected. Okay, then let's just do this first article here. See, it's a well-written article, one of the most effective inbound marketing strategies available for businesses, online and offline, both in terms of cost of implementation and in overall return on investment, is blogging. So you can see it's a well-written article. Let's just copy, paste, or just copy it, paste it. Cool, we're in there. Now this is where the settings are. You're gonna set it to very readable. And you're like, oh, very readable. Anybody who's used WordAi before knows if you have very readable, it usually doesn't come out very unique. Leave these two the same. For this, switch it to automatically spin paragraphs. And I would go ahead and spin the titles. Sometimes if you don't spin the titles, it's not going to come out as unique. It's not really important, but it does help because it puts the spin tags in the titles for you, and then you can fix them how you need to. And then we're going to spin it. Okay, so guys, you can see the article has finished spinning. It has WordAi uniqueness of 100%, and I swear using anything else other than the Kontent Machine article getter, like if I go to an article site and I just copy and paste an article from the site directly into Kontent Machine, for some reason it's not giving me quite the uniqueness. I'm getting like 85%. So another thing with article getter is most of the time, not all of the time, like I said, you got to go in there and open up and kind of look at the content before you spin it. But some of the times it will have like script or coding from like ads or something like that. But a lot of the time, Kontent Machine does a great job of cleaning all of that stuff up and just spitting out an article for you. So that's another thing I like about it. Sometimes when you go and just copy and paste straight from a site, they have images, they have all this stuff in the content that when you copy and paste it directly over, you a lot of the time get the coding when you're pasting it. So anyway, here is the output. As you can see, here's the spin tags. WordAi makes it very easy to download it, and then you can upload it to like GSA, and this article can be spun into multiple articles. I like to limit it. You know, you probably get like, I would say about 20 good articles out of this one. I'd keep it at like 10 per spun. I mean, you're spinning them so quick, 5 minutes, and you get 10 articles. You know, can't be too mad about that. But look, as you can see, you can read it, and it's very readable. Among the best inbound marketing strategies available for companies, online and offline, both when it comes to cost of execution and in total return on investment, is blogging. And then you got to read it. Like you could see here, has company blogging become significant as an inbound marketing strategy? There are various reasons. Blogging is dialogue. It is, you know, so sometimes it's not the best. So if you were like going to submit it somewhere that's going to get a manual review, you know, you might want to look through it and just make sure that it's readable and maybe change a few things. But for the most part, for first tier content, it's pretty damn good. So yeah, I mean, you could read through this and see a lot of the paragraphs are pretty good. You could doctor it up a little bit, but as you can see, the amount of time that it's going to cut out from having to produce, you know, multiple articles is tremendous. So I'm just going to go over one more thing in case you wanted to do it in bulk and spin out, you know, many articles. WordAi has a bulk spinner. You could upload, you know, plenty of files, and then you can just set those same settings. Again, be careful if you're using the touring spinner. I don't know if I said this already. Maybe not, so maybe not again. But there's a 250,000 word limit. You know, it's quite a bit of words, but if you're just like loading bulk articles in here, testing it out, like I did in the first month, you know, like 5 spins later, and I had used my entire limit because I was just loading like 30 articles up into WordAi at a time and spinning them. So just be careful with that. You know, for bulk spinning, if I'm doing like second tier content and I want to use a bulk spinner, because that's primarily what I bulk spin for is second tier, I'll use the, you know, the regular spinner. You know, so bulk spin with the standard spinner. See, bulk spinning with the standard spinner. So I'll use this one instead of the touring spinner, and for second tier. And the content isn't as readable, but it's still pretty darn good. So, alright guys, that's it. I hope this helped some of you guys get some first tier content and spin it out quickly. I've honestly tried to pay for content at a low price, and WordAi is spitting out content better than the content I paid for it. You know, $2.50 for a 500-word article, or $4 for a 5-word article. Yeah, so enjoy. If you like the video, subscribe, and I'll be coming out with a ton more videos to help you guys along in your SEO efforts.